Okay, there we go. All right, my name is Mark Ross. I'm with the sales team in Tectum, and we are here to talk a little bit about this airdrop. I'm gonna share the screen here. It's been a lot bigger, I think. If you guys have been participating in the Telegram group, you've probably learned about it. We've already got 474,000 entries. Why is that? Well, not because it's 474,000 people, but because as you get into the different social media and participate in the airdrop, you can earn entries. Okay, so you can actually develop entries as you get into this airdrop. So this is our way of saying a big thank you to all of you for your support so far. And we're launching one of the biggest airdrop giveaways in crypto history. It says this Friday, the 21st of October, which was last Friday, we'll be giving away a total of 50,000 Tectum tokens to 1,500 very lucky winners in the Tectum token airdrop. That's currently, because the tokens are $3 a token, that's $150,000 worth of tokens that we're giving away right now. And one winner is going to get 1,000 Tectum tokens worth $3,000. Okay, another winner will get 700 Tectum tokens for $2,100. There will be 8 winners who are going to get 450 Tectum tokens worth $1,350 in tokens. And then there's going to be 1,490 winners that will also get 30 Tectum tokens worth $90. So what you want to do is visit the main contest page. And by the way, I'm going to put this link here in the chat so you guys can see it. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat real quick. So you should see that there. You've got the link, so you can go to the link that I'm showing you. There's also the main contest page that you can go to. And what you can do is you can enter in to the different social media groups where you can actually make posts and you can actually earn tokens. Okay, so if you follow the Twitter account, you can get 10 entries. If you retweet a tweet, that's another 10 entries. So folks, you're able to get multiple entries, as you can see, by participating in the different social media groups. And that's kind of what that's all about. Is there anything else you want to tell them, Dave, other than that, about how to get involved? Anything you want to add?
I think the is self-explanatory. You know, everybody click on the link, and you know, it's a fair contest. Everybody gets a chance to make some real, you know, potential cash when you can convert it. But yeah, $150,000 giveaway. That's the biggest I've seen, quite frankly.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in terms of cash, but I would definitely put it in terms of tokens. And then, of course, as you know, during the pre-sale, that each token is worth $3 right now. So
that was a big mistake. Yes,
that was a blunder there, Dave. Well done.
That was quite a blunder. Yes.
So, yes. Anybody want to come out with any questions at all about that? Anyone? Quiet group tonight. Anybody have any questions about that, like about the airdrop? This is recording, so if you just got in a little bit late, you can get on there. Also, don't forget, if you want to see the latest Zoom or share Tectum when referring people, go to tectumzoom.com. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. Tectumzoom.com. That was actually last Monday's AMA. We recorded that. It should be an excellent resource for you to share Tectum with people. So let's go ahead and just kind of open it up. Does anybody have any questions? Let me make sure, because I'm not hearing anybody unmute. Let's go ahead and see if we can get, raise your hand if you want to ask a question. I'll unmute you. If there's, because it seems like everybody's just coming in mute, and I'm not for sure why that is. Because usually people, what about you, Oliver? You got anything going on? Usually Oliver's participating.
Yeah, I can, I can unmute.
Okay, not having any trouble there. Good, good. If you have any questions, ask it in the chat or come out, unmute yourself. And I'm seeing some new names here, so let us know what we can do to help you. Hey, Bill, how you doing, man?
All right, hey, that was pretty good. I didn't know they're giving away all those free tokens like that. This is recorded, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to make sure I get this out to my entire team. That was incredible, the amount of tokens they're giving away in the contest, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's worth repeating again later on, but that's a phenomenal contest. Just wanted to say that I wasn't aware of that, and I think I'm for sure I will forward how soon can we get the recording for this?
Tomorrow.
Excellent. All right,
Andrew will post it.
I'll make sure my whole team gets it. Great. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else have a question or concern or comment or anything you want to talk about? Anything? This is Ask Me Anything, right? Anybody got any questions?
I'll just make one more comment. I'm familiar with a lot of the crypto sites, even Coinbase, where you can earn, crypto, earn tokens. This is the best contest I've ever seen. I mean, they're giving away a phenomenal amount of tokens here. They're giving away a lot of money here. So this should be headline news for everybody for sure.
Right. It really is a
absolutely.
lot. I was part of the team that was developing the marketing strategy. And then I went off to do some other things, and they kind of ran with it. And I was quite frankly surprised as to how generous that is. I mean, we're only a 10 million token supply. We were very, very small supply.
Yeah, that is a big deal.
That's a lot of tokens that they gave away.
It really is. I was kind of blown away by it when I saw that. I was like, really?
Right.
So are you guys all aware of the fact that we are now also on CoinMarketCap officially? Like we're listed on CoinMarketCap. Of course, it's gonna tell you that we're waiting to get actually officially listed with Bitmart. So we're not ready to do that yet, but we are on CoinMarketCap, which is the next step in our development, and that gives people a lot of credibility when they see us there.
Right. Absolutely.
So anybody have any questions, comments, anything at all? Just unmute yourself or put it in the chat.
Is it a pricing listing? The first listing I checked out, it wasn't a pricing listing.
No.
Is this a pricing listing yet at this time?
No. There's no price listing or anything like that on the CoinMarketCap, not until we hit the exchange. The CoinMarketCap will report our progress on the exchange, but right now we're just listed with them, letting you know that, hey, when we hit the exchange, we'll be right there on the CoinMarketCap.
Right. What's the time frame for that? What do you expect?
Still no exact time frame because the market has been so bearish. And so until the market is bullish, again, I'm sure you agree, Bill, there's really no point in listing until we know that we have a bull market. What's the point?
Right.
Right. But things are looking positive. I saw a very good economic report today that said Bitcoin is holding more steady than the NASDAQ and the stock market. It's
right. I've been seeing a lot of those reports. So you're absolutely right. But we're set to go. I mean, we're just waiting for that bull run. So we'll, the board will make that decision to pull the trigger, but we'll pick the right time to go. It's not a matter that we can't, it's just a matter of we won't until the time is right. And I'm sure everybody that invests in or is a crypto enthusiast can understand that you don't want to list in a bearish market. You want to do it when it's strong, so that the token can hold its price. So that's
good news.
A little bit of a chess game.
They say good things are worth waiting for, and this is definitely worth waiting for, without a doubt.
Oh, for absolutely. Sure. No doubt about it. And Bill, did you get a text from me like earlier last week? Like on Friday or Thursday or Friday? I think it was Friday probably. Did you get a text from me?
I probably did. Was that about the soft notes?
No, well, I put that out too, but I sent out some other things too. Just we'll talk after the call.
Okay, you have an update for us on the soft notes?
Well, the soft notes are actually, you can mint soft notes and put liquidity into soft notes right now. You know that, right?
Yes, you did go over that. I think about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and well, let me look at the latest stats. Actually, let me do another screen share so you guys can see how to look at the stats when you look at that.
By the way, Mark, while you're doing that, Michael Walsh says, I'm new here. I'm curious as to how the Tectum soft node is priced.
Tectum soft node or the token?
He asked about the soft
I'm sorry,
node.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I know it's a $3. Actually, I thought it was kind of the same thing. The soft node and the Tectum is different, or?
Well, no, the
Oh, yeah.
soft note is the actual flagship product of Tectum, and that's what we're using to bring about mass adoption of cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin.
Okay,
Are
so I'm
you-
just curious. I mean, I
Yeah.
know it's a $3 buy-in for a soft note, but right
Yeah.
now.
No,
way
no,
I
no.
understand it, but
The
It's
$3 buy-in for the
it's
token.
tokens,
Mark,
right?
Mark, why don't you just give a quick overview?
excellent.
You
Yes.
know, help out Mike here.
Or you can send me some links. I haven't looked at all your videos yet. either.
Funny thing is, I'm not ready, but I can get myself ready. Oh my
You know,
gosh.
I mean, just basic. Listen, I'll help you out. Okay, so Tectum was founded in 2017 by Alex Gusev, and we currently are the fastest blockchain in the world, clocking in at over 1.3 million transactions per second, at a high speed of 1.38 million transactions per second, which really makes us the perfect overlay to wrap around any crypto blockchain. So what we've done was we've wrapped around Bitcoin. We've done it with USDT, Tron, Ethereum, I believe, is next on the list. And Mark, why don't you talk about how that kind of works with our soft note, and you know, how the Tectum token mints the soft note packages, and so you can
Yeah,
take it from
absolutely.
there.
Hold on, guys. Put me on the spot. I'm gonna show you how good I am at getting ready. All right, there we go. All right, so as you know, Michael and everybody on the call that may not fully understand what we're doing, Bitcoin is kind of a household name, right? But the challenges with Bitcoin is the network, the larger it gets, the slower it is. You've probably, Michael, have you heard of Bitcoin mining? Do you know what that is?
Of course. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So the larger the network gets, the slower it gets and the more fees it requires. And so it doesn't make sense to go into the local coffee shop and buy, for instance, a cup of coffee, right? Just doesn't make sense, because who's going to stand in line for 15 to 30 minutes and spend Bitcoin, right? Or when the network is congested even more, or who's going to pay those fees, and what merchant is going to ask their customers to do that? It just doesn't make sense to the merchant or to Bitcoin, or not to Bit. Well, of course, anything would make sense to Bitcoin, but to the customer or the merchant, right? And so you're not going to go to the grocery store, for instance, and buy a bunch of groceries with Bitcoin. Right now, it's just not feasible. It doesn't make sense. And so that's where Tectum has come in. You know, what's really special is we've put together something we call the soft note. And this is what Alex actually invented. A soft note, if you take a look at it, I'm going to enlarge it. You see on the right-hand side, it shows the Bitcoin wallet address, which is on the blockchain. That gives its absolute guaranteed verified value on the blockchain. So we can still use the benefit of the blockchain to show and promote the value, right? But we no longer need the blockchain for the transaction, because now it's in a store of value, a digital store of value in something we call the soft note. It has its own QR code for its authenticity, its own serial number to also give it its own unique aspect. So it's its own currency. It cannot be duplicated. And so you can see in this particular denomination, you have a 0.001 Bitcoin, which right now is a little over $19 and what, 50 cents. I haven't looked at Bitcoin today, but it's somewhere between, it's currently been around between $19 and $20 in this particular denomination. Now, what does this do? And by the way, you don't have to stop with Bitcoin. Okay, you can put it in other currencies, for instance. Okay, you've probably heard of how Elon Musk is a really big proponent of the Dogecoin. You've probably heard that. As well as who's that Mavericks owner? Mark Cuban. You know, he's accepting Doge for Mavericks tickets, you know, stuff like that. But it's still not practical to them. When those kind of people eventually discover what the soft note is doing, we are then going to cross the retail boundary. We're going to help make it so that cryptocurrency can cross the retail boundary. And Michael, as you were talking about in relation to the token, right now we're selling it for $3 a token. A $3 token right now, in the introductory offer right now, one $3 token will mint 100 soft notes. And I'm talking about currently in Bitcoin. We're also offering it in USDT. That comes with the package as well. Do you remember, Dave, and I hadn't talked about that a lot, how many USDT will it also mint when it mints 100 Bitcoin USDT? Do you remember that?
I don't.
Now that'd be a
That's
great
good
question. Hey, Oliver, if you can answer that, I'll give you 10 free tokens. See what Oliver knows. He usually knows everything.
What was that about?
Well, what I was talking about is we know that one Tectum token will mint 100 Bitcoin soft notes, but how many USDT soft notes will it mint? Do you know?
No, it'll be 100 pack with different denominations from $1 bill, $2 bill, 5, 10,
Right.
20, 50s and
But
100.
what about the USDT though?
No, those are denominations with a face value of 4,200, right? For the
You mean
price
as
of
far as,
$3.
well, no, you're talking about the face value of Bitcoin. I'm talking about, you also get there's also a certain number of USDT soft notes that you get in that package. Did you know that?
I have to check because
Okay.
every time when you have to mint a currency, it asks you whether you want a BTC or USDT. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Whether
Good.
the green standard pack,
That's true.
it mixes it up.
Yeah, that was something, you're right, because that was something that Alex was doing, and they had changed that. They're not currently having that be automatically minted right now for the token. You do have to choose between USDT and BTC. You're right about that. But that was something we introduced to go alongside Bitcoin before, so that's not the case. I'm glad you just reminded me of that. So you just corrected me, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
But the thing is, we're doing USDT. And there will be other currencies. This isn't limited to any one currency, but the bottom line is this. Think about this. Michael, are you still with us? Think about this.
I'm
You're
still
going to
with
be
you.
able to, excellent. So you can use this to create a digital store of value that you can send anywhere instantly and free of fees. So when you can go into a merchant now and you can say, how would you like to accept Bitcoin from your customers free of fees, right? And instantly. So we now make it instant. We can make all cryptocurrencies instant with a digital image. And we can create that store of value and that authenticity with the soft note bill. It's an incredible concept. And that's what you really want to understand, Michael. And so what you can do is you can get your soft note bot set up through Telegram, and you can actually mint 100 of these soft note bills with just one Tectum token, which you can currently buy during the pre-sale price of just $3. Okay, you get on, and then of course you can decide which one of those or how many of those bills you want to provide liquidity to, which would be either in USDT or currently Bitcoin. And of course, most people are doing it with Bitcoin because that's the most universally known cryptocurrency in the world now, obviously, since it was the first.
And Mark, just to add to what you said, so everybody knows that when you say instant, that everybody should understand it is without the need of the blockchain. So
Right.
it's actually off of the blockchain, which is it's huge. That's everything. So,
yeah, exactly.
You know,
it's because basically now there's no more need for mining. You don't have, I mean, if you put Bitcoin on a soft note, you don't have to move through the miners through the network anymore. You can do it instantly, no fees, instant. And
Yep.
that's what's going to bring that can help Bitcoin reach and cross the retail boundary and bring about mass adoption like never before. That's what's so revolutionary about this. And that's where the light should be going on for you. You should be realizing this and going, oh my gosh, it's just the crypto industry has never seen it happen. Okay. So
and keep in mind, it's not just for Bitcoin. This ultimately will work on any blockchain. So
anything.
ultimately any crypto.
Yeah, we were just talking about Ethereum, right?
Yep.
We were just talking about that. So this would be like an example of an Ethereum soft note, if you can see that. I like the way they did the colors too, because to me, Bitcoin is gold and Ethereum's like silver. It really is. If you look, you're looking at like gold and silver crypto, right? And that's kind of what the cryptocurrency industry is. You know, you guys have to realize when it comes to banking and financial institutions, what they're going to be able to do with crypto is something they've never been able to do in history. Okay, imagine I was hearing about Michael Saylor literally transferred $1 billion in Bitcoin, and it cost him 15 cents. That's what crypto can do, right? But what crypto can't do now is cross the small market retail value, like the small market. It can't get into, you know, these retailers. And you got to get it into the retailers. That's what we believe at Tectum. We believe we've got to cross that retail boundary for true mass adoption, to get people to where it really makes sense to them to start storing their financial assets instead of in US dollars in cryptocurrency. Like it's making sense to the big investors like Michael Saylor and people like that, Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, it's making sense to them in that way, but it hasn't made sense to the small market yet. And that's what Tectum is going to try to do. And that's what we believe. That's why we believe this could be revolutionary. Wait until those people find out about us, like those Elon Musks and some of those really, really big, I don't know what you call them, entrepreneurs or business owners, whenever these pretty, think about it. If just one celebrity finds out about this and gets a hold of it and starts telling people, what's going to happen? Just picture that.
It's amazing that look, we've got 18 people on this call, and we're about to change the world. It's amazing.
Crazy.
You guys are the early adopters, and what everybody should understand is that we're going to turn crypto into a currency. They call it cryptocurrency, but how's it a currency when you can't really do anything with it? It's just a store of value. I'm not knocking it. I'm in this industry. I believe in it, but this, I believe, was the missing ingredient to actually turn crypto into a currency, as I feel it was always meant to be.
Right. And that's what Satoshi Nakamoto meant whenever he created Bitcoin. I don't think he ever considered, and I don't know because he's a lot smarter than me, but he probably didn't consider the fact that this network would grow, and as it grew, it would get more cumbersome. He'd want it to be actually easier to use. And so that's what we're doing. We're enabling the market. We're not competing with the market. We don't have any competition really as far as what we're trying to do with a soft note. No one else is really doing it on a digital image like this. There's really nobody out there like us. And so that's what's really special about it. So currently, as you know, you can get the tokens for $3. You can use them to mint and provide liquidity ultimately to soft notes. And I'm trying to find where we find, do you know where we find those statistics on? I might have to log into my back office to see it.
It's on the wallet. There you go.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. So it's on the login page. I don't know what I'm thinking. I knew that. So we're looking at here. Let me find the numbers. So soft note bills that have been minted so far, we've had 723,000 plus soft note bills actually get minted. And then what I think is actually the most incredible thing is the liquidity. Now, some people might think, well, that's only $43,500 worth of liquidity, but you know what? In a bear market like this, I'm pretty impressed with that. We have we're weeks along this development. Can you imagine where we would be if Bitcoin was back up to an all-time high? And who knows, right? I think a lot of activity could be happening. Well, I know it would be in a big way. So, but you guys can go to the login page and see this anytime.
Let's just be clear. We're in this project for the last what is it now? 5 years, but weeks along on this particular part of the
right.
The minting and liquidity providing Telegram bot that we developed. I just want to make clear for those who are listening for the first time.
Yeah.
That we're not a few weeks into this project.
So hopefully that makes sense. Any other questions? Have we seen anything come in the chat? Any questions, guys?
No. Thanks a lot for that. That really helped.
Great. Definitely seeing some new names here. Anybody have any questions or comments or anything you'd like to bring up? Is everyone aware of also, of course, the referral plan? Remember, you can refer people to Tectum during the pre-sale only, and you can earn in a tier where it's basically anybody you personally refer, you get 10% of whatever they purchase. So if they purchase 1,000 tokens, you're going to get 100 tokens as a reward sent to your wallet. And there's actually 6 tiers. So the first tier is 10%. And then you remember, it's kind of like people getting people, right? So then you got 5%, 4%, 3, 2, 1. Okay. That's available to you. And you can really, boy, you'd be surprised how many tokens you can add up when you just start referring people to this. Something that's revolutionary. But, we think the potential of this is just enormous and could change crypto forever with a soft note.
Yep.
So tell your friends while there's time. I mean, personally, I think that, you know, I mean, obviously the bear market's not going to last forever. And when it really comes back, I mean, I can see big things happening. We could really develop very quickly. So any other questions at all for anybody tonight?
Mark, would you mind going over the contest again, the giveaway?
Yeah, why not?
It's worth it.
Sure. Hold on a second. So basically we're talking about the airdrop. Now it says currently that, okay, first of all, we're going to be giving away a total of 50,000 Tectum tokens. Okay. And over 1,500 really lucky winners are going to get to participate in this. That currently, because our token during the pre-sale is worth $3 right now, or is being sold for $3. I can't say worth because, you know, you really can't give something a value like that, but I can tell you that it's being sold for $3. That, as it says here, that's 150,000 potentially worth of Tectum tokens, right? One winner, one lucky winner is going to get 1,000 Tectum tokens. That's currently at value, at the pre-sale value, $3,000. Okay. Another winner can get 700 Tectum tokens. That's actually potentially $2,100. 8 winners will get 450 tokens. Okay, currently worth $1,350 a piece in Tectum tokens. There will be 1,490 winners that will get 30 Tectum tokens. Okay, worth about $90. Now, the way that you do this is you participate in our social media. Okay, and for some reason I'm not on the actual page that I was before. Let me check. Another page. Where was I? Okay, I'm gonna pull that link up. But anyway, you can participate by getting involved, and each time you get an entry. So let me pull that up here. Make sure I get that right. Okay, here's the main contest page. And by the way, I put this page that we're looking at right now, I put this page in the chat. So please check the chat and you can see where to get to this page. But I'm gonna go to the main contest page as well. And if I scroll down here, you can see, where's those little numbers? Isn't that where we saw the numbers, Dave? Or was that somewhere else? Was that on the main link? No? Hold on. Where was I looking at those numbers?
It's above that. Scroll up.
I'm not seeing above it. Hold on. Why am I not seeing the page I was on before?
Huh.
Ah, here we go. Okay.
Hold on.
You're cutting out, by the way, Dave. You're really cutting out bad.
So the initial page.
Yeah, so if you follow us on the Twitter account, you get 10 entries. Remember, these are entries because obviously the 474, almost 475,000 entries are not coming from each individual, right? This is people getting into multiple entries. What I say? Entries. So each entry can be worth as many as like 5 entries. Each activity, each social activity that you do, 10 entries, and you can click on these. Not on this page, but you can whenever you look at the other stuff. So you can see it here. You follow us on Telegram, 10. Join the Telegram group, 10 entries. So these are the ways that you can actually enter into this giveaway, this airdrop. So hopefully that makes sense. Did you have any questions about that, Bill, that you want to run through? Because we ran through this before, and it is being recorded, by the way. Anybody have any questions about
I think you covered it. The only thing I would ask is there is a link. I see it in the chat, right at the top of the chat. To click on that. Now,
yeah.
This also, you can find this on Tectum.io. is on the company's main website.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Would you see it on the first page? You have to look for it, or just look for airdrop, and that would be all the information about the contest and how to participate.
Yep.
Okay, so Tectum.io is where people want to go, or that link you put in the chat, which I have here. I have a copy of it. Go directly
right.
to
The link in the chat. Yeah, it'll give you the exact extension.
Great. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yep.
I appreciate
You
it.
bet, Bill. You bet. Any other questions at all before we end the call? Anyone? Hey, there's Meduti. How you doing, man? Hadn't heard from you in a while. I thought we were going to get together.
Yes, I'm doing well. And yourself?
Doing great. Great to
Okay.
see you. Great to see you.
Well, I didn't actually, I just received the link for this particular presentation moments before I logged in.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't know that so like we have the same link every Monday?
Every Monday, it's not the same link. It'll be a new link that you'll be able to register for. So you'll always see it in the Telegram, and you should get an email every Saturday and Monday. You should be getting an email that gives you an announcement on this and allows you to register and show up here.
Okay.
But we are here every Monday night right now at 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern.
Okay, great.
Yep.
All right. Because I really want to be more consistent.
Yeah, why not? Great to have you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to hook up with you as well and follow what we were talking about.
Yep. Let me know. I know you had a lot of referrals that you wanted to bring over, so let me know.
Okay. Good deal. Thanks.
You bet. Anybody else? Any questions? Anything at all?
Could people get an invite to the Tectum Telegram group?
Was that a question, Bill?
Yes, yeah. Where can the folks, I'll just here, and also for the email I'll send out, where can they get an invitation link to get them onto the Tectum Telegram group? Just doing that will get them an entry in the contest, I understand. Joining the group.
Right. Let me go ahead and kind of show you real quick. Do another screen share super quick. Yeah. Hope I do this right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the Tectum group, it talks about here, you can see it, Tectum fastest blockchain. If you want to invite someone, you can actually go into this right here. If you click the thing, this is the link right here. So you can send that link to anybody.
That's right off Tectum.io.
Yeah, it will be in there. If you look on Tectum.io, you can find the Telegram group. Let's see where I can find that too. Let me pull that up. Hold on. Okay, so if you scroll down, I believe it's at the bottom right here. See that little, looks like a paper airplane right there. You just click on that, it pulls it up, and then you can add yourself just like that. Yep. There you have it.
Everybody's got to do that to get at least one entry into the contest right there.
Well, you'll actually get 10 entries, won't you?
10
said you'll get
entries
10. I think so, yeah.
For joining the Telegram group. Cool. Very good.
Yep. Join Telegram group, 10 entries right there.
How long is this contest running, Mark?
I believe they're gonna, what is it, Dave?
It ends, see, here's where I'm confused. I was told it ends on the 6th, but then I just read something that said it ends on the 11th. Now, I don't know if the 11th is the date that we announce the winners, or it's both the end of it. So, I'm sorry that I don't have clarity on that. I was trying to get that answer. So let's just say it ends on the 11th. We'll notify, let me see, by next week, which is the next week's call would be on the 2nd. No, I'm looking at October. Let's see what is.
Yeah, it actually doesn't say right here, does it?
Yeah, I read it somewhere else where it said it ends on the 11th, but we'll get closure for, listen, we got plenty of time. We'll have that answer on next week's call.
Yeah, they should have put it here. I guess they didn't put it here. We're sorry, guys. We'll get that to you. Oh, here we go. 18 days. See the countdown?
Oh, there. That's what it was.
Ends in 18 days. So there you go. I know I saw something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely, lovely. All right. So anybody else have any questions at all? Questions, comments, anything, folks?
I think you covered all the good information for us. I guess one other question for people who want to get up to speed on how to do the soft notes. What's the best resource for learning all about the soft notes?
I think tectumzoom.com is the best way to get the best explanation 24/7, because I talk about it there and I give a really good presentation. Anybody that leaves that should have a really good grasp on soft notes, Bill.
Okay, tectumzoom.com.
Yep, tectumzoom.com, anytime, 24/7.
All right, great. Thanks, Mark.
You bet. Yeah, I love what Dave said earlier. He's so right. I mean, you look at this call right now, and I'm thinking, let's say Bitcoin reaches an all-time high, you've probably got thousands of people on this call. It's just,
Right.
it's the way the markets are. I mean, it's funny. And here's the most ironic thing about it, in my opinion, and I think it really is conventional wisdom, is that it's really good to, it's better to look for projects when the market is bearish, because when the market's bullish is now you constantly witness all the projects you missed out on. You're like, oh my gosh, where was I when this, like when everybody was sleeping, where was I? You were sleeping, you know? And right now, most people are sleeping. Right now, most people do not understand what's about to happen. And you guys are so fortunate to be where you are because of that, because we believe Tectum can really develop into just this awesome project. So.
And you know, Mark, what I was thinking about the other day was, remember how you and I, we were investing in all these little memes, little tokens that would pop up, we get in, we get out. But the bearish market in this kind of protracted period of time has actually helped, I think, clear the way for some of these rug pulling type of tokens that just came and went, and really the stronger tokens are surviving, whereas the little ones are kind of dropping off. I think there's just not as many of these kinds of launches, so you can kind of really look around and see what's out there, what looks good. It's an easier time right now to make decisions as to where to go. But you know, I just use this to our advantage, and what we've got right now, it's just, there's just nothing else like this in the marketplace at all.
No, there's no comparison to what we're doing.
And what other token really can help all tokens? I just don't know of one that actually, I mean, maybe there is, I just don't know of one, but you know, a rising tide lifts all ships. So, you know, we're hoping to sell pretty soon.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the gold rush, right? During the gold rush, the people that were selling the picks and shovels were the ones who actually made the most money, that had the most success.
Right.
And that's really the way you got to look at it, because that's kind of what the soft node is. It enables, it's a tool, right, for the crypto industry. It's like a pick and a shovel. It's going to enable Bitcoin to be what it was meant to be.
That's a good analogy. I like it.
Yeah, look at it that way. You guys are here. I think you're at the right time, right place. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the call. It doesn't look like we have any more questions or comments. I'm going to give it one more chance. Anybody?
Yes. Do we know who minted the very first Bitcoin soft node?
Well, I think somebody in the Tectum team did, but as far as like putting it out there, that's a good question. I really don't know. That's a great question.
Could be a collector's item.
Yeah, it could be one day, right? You could turn it into one of those
NFT.
An NFT, right? And someone else was speaking up. Was that Carol?
Yes.
How can I help you, Carol?
I'm new to all this.
Okay.
Bill's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
He got me into this.
Awesome.
You know, there's a lot of strife in our country now. I'm sorry, I lost you. There's a lot of strife going on and a lot of division in our country now. And I listened to a report this morning, and they were talking about this coming winter is going to be very, very bad in the United States and probably in other areas of the world because of the Green New Deal that the Democrats have been trying to push through. They're saying that there's going to be huge shortages of food, that there could be power outages, that our country really has the ability to make our own gas. You know what they did with the pipeline, and that we're going to be in a very, very bad way. They say that could be outages that could last for days. They said our power grid could be affected. One impact, and they say people are going to die. What impact is that going to have on the tokens?
Well, the whole crypto industry is going through a bear market, right? And all bear markets eventually reach a bottom and then they come back. Now, what you're saying, Carol, is a conversation. Like, it's a completely separate conversation.
Right.
And you could speculate that all you want to. We don't know. No one can predict the future. And so I don't think it's really a good, I don't think this is a good place to kind of talk about that type of
But I'm going to jump into this, and I'll keep it, strictly towards the crypto market and how it ties in with what I think could be a cold, dark winter. And that is, listen, the U.S. dollar has lost its value, right? The bond markets, you can say the investing in the dollar as a reserve currency is just dropping. So you're seeing this inflation, which is really we can't get for the dollar what we once were able to buy. So where do you put your money, right? When you've lost faith in the U.S. Fiat that has no backing since we've been off the gold standard since '72, right? There's nothing backing it up. It's just perceived value, and they print. So we're going from recession to depression as they tax and spend, and the Green New Deal, which I do believe is where we're headed in the digital central bank currency. So where do you put your money? So people put it in Bitcoin, in gold, and silver. And if you look around, you read the articles, you can see how crypto, especially Bitcoin, really, which is the market leader, is holding its value. It's been hovering in the $19,000 price range, and everybody's saying it's getting ready for a bull run. Now, why is that? And my belief is that people are losing faith in our system, and so that becomes the store of value. And if we can take Bitcoin and crypto in general and make it asset-backed currency through a soft note, and now people can do peer-to-peer transactions without incurring any fees, and it's only a 1% fee to the merchant, which is way less than they're paying for any kind of credit cards. In my opinion, it's game over. It's this. Everybody kind of acts as their own Federal Reserve, in a sense, as it should have been, which is really without the central banks, we are decentralized, and we're able to operate through our smart contract without a middleman. So I think your question really is at the same time the answer, which is us. Does that make sense?
It does. But I still, worry about what they're saying about the inflation. It's going to get much, much worse.
Well, look, after the election,
we'll know better.
We all know there's going to be a red wave. I mean, it's just the Democrats are admitting it. Everybody kind of knows, the polls show it, that there's going to be a big wave. You take the House and the Senate back, and then what happens? Investigations, everything else. So yes, when you're kind of trapped and you got nothing else to lose, you're gonna do whatever you can to create little false flags here and there. So sure, it is going to happen. Were we energy independent not long ago, within the last few years? Absolutely. So it is a kind of a self-controlled demolition of the economy, right? We could easily solve the oil problem just by taking away the regulations, bringing back the Keystone pipelines, and allowing drilling to happen. We know that we can be the number one oil producer in the world. So it's obvious that this is planned. So listen, after the elections, that's what we're kind of waiting on. If people want to know, why we haven't listed and when we're going to list, we're watching everything closely, from the markets to the the elections, what happens here in the United States, and the bull run, where Bitcoin makes its way back, and so there's a lot of factors to consider. But I think it's not going to be as bad as you're thinking, Carol. It'll be bad, but I think it's going to. There's a bright light ahead, silver lining, and it's going to be better than ever. And I really think that you know, as you see these countries, like they tried to cut off Russia, and what did Russia do? Russia said, "Screw you," with the SWIFT accounts and going after bank accounts. We'll embrace Bitcoin. You want to buy oil from us, you buy it through Bitcoin or the ruble. And other countries, El Salvador and other countries around the world, have been embracing crypto as their form of fiat. You know, we are able to now, with our soft notes, go to different countries and create an asset-backed currency using their own finite resources. So I believe everybody here is at the right place at the right time, and this is just amazing that as all this is happening, as we see our economy kind of imploding, something amazing is rising from the ashes, which is Tectum. So I'll get off my pedestal, my little soapbox there, but yeah, you had a few buzzwords in there, Carol, that got me going. So
Thank you so much for sharing that, Dave. That was powerful.
You got it.
But look, now, am I correct that our soft notes are in two forms, digital as well as tangible?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can print up
absolutely.
a soft note and hand it to somebody in person.
Well, that's awesome, because like, just to add to what David is saying, right? And this is just my opinion, right? This is my vision, right? When the US dollar totally folds, most people love folding money to put in their pocket. So they will, you know, more than likely, they will love the soft notes, you know, and then because the soft notes is going to have value based on Bitcoin, because the you know, the US dollar now, as it was stated earlier, it's no longer backed by gold, it's backed by credit, and people's belief that it has value. But like, once it's clear to the world, because like a lot of countries right now are rejecting the US dollar, you know, and so that's a clear sign right there. Like
That's
David
right.
said, we were in the right place at the right time, because we are positioned to become mega wealthy, and that's just my opinion. And that's why I'm here, and I'm here to serve.
That was beautiful.
Nice.
Hey,
Appreciate your
Mark,
input.
That was nice.
Yes.
Mark, you were going to do a video on how to mine the soft notes. Did you ever get that available?
How to mint soft notes. That's
Yes.
actually on the last AMA. If you go to the last AMA we did, it's a recording. Again, it's tectumzoom.com. You'll actually see Oliver come out and give a demonstration. It's really simple. And also, I'm trying to remember, Dave, have they put together an official like YouTube tutorial yet? Has anybody done that yet?
I don't think so.
You know, guys, you got to realize, again, things are really slow in crypto right now. And that's why we were talking about how few, like, if you look at the size of this Zoom, it's just, I mean, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 16, 17 people, right? Including me and Dave. So you got to realize things are moving slow right now, and everybody wants it all to happen tomorrow, right? But you also got to look at the bright side. The way I look at it is, this is an opportunity for you to share Tectum, to collect tokens, to make things happen before everything really does happen. And whether Carol's right about, I mean, I honestly, it's pure speculation what we think is or isn't going to happen. Who knows? I have my opinion. I try not to share my opinion about what I think will happen, is because I at least understand that I could be wrong, very wrong. I've been wrong so many times that I don't like to try and predict the future or whatever. And in this kind of a forum, do I want to share what I think is going to happen? Because the truth is, I don't care who you are, you don't know what's going to happen. Nobody does. So
No, but
hopefully,
what we do know, Carol's plugged in, and look,
yeah, she's aware, she's educated.
You're listen. We joke about it. We say ignorance is bliss, and you know, and you're right. Listen, the crystal ball's in the shop. Nobody knows for certain. But what we do know is that this is obviously a controlled demolition. I mean, all you gotta do is listen to the World Economic Forum. Just listen to what they say. They say the quiet part out loud, which is, you know, they want to move us into a digital dollar. And that digital dollar, although it's using the blockchain, it is a closed loop blockchain where they will control every movement of your money. And
yeah, it's completely centralized.
You think the people are gonna want that or accept that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, you know, people see what's happening. It doesn't. You don't have to be Nostradamus to see in front of you, right in front of your face. You know, you can't spit on me and tell me it's raining. You know, you can look and see what's happening. It's right before our eyes. And it's one thing that I think has galvanized many people is that we're all experiencing this inflation, the pain, you know, the cost for fuel, the groceries, everything's going up. So,
Yeah.
you know, and look, it wouldn't be the first time that the Federal Reserve has ended, right? Many people don't even realize that the Federal Reserve is a privately held corporation. Its charter ran out once before. I think the first time it was a charter, and the second time Andrew Jackson removed it. So, you know, everything comes to an end. Most things come to an end, I should say. And I think this is nearing the end of the Federal Reserve. But they want to reignite it in a different way, which is the central bank digital currency. But in order to move us from one to the other, you got to go into this kind of Green New Deal. As Carol said, and I do. It's not like they haven't said it out loud. That is what they want to do. So, you know, how do you combat that? How do you go up against that? And I'm sorry that this turned into this conversation. I'm realizing that this has kind of morphed into that conversation. But listen, we're all being affected by it, and I think Tectum could potentially be the answer. I do believe in my heart that it is. So I just sorry. I know, Mark, you were trying to change the direction of it, and I didn't want to dismiss what Carol was saying, because I think there's a lot of evidence pointing to what she's saying.
Yeah, I mean, she has a valid concern, and that's fine. I don't like to talk about this stuff too much because I don't know what's going to happen, and I think it's just nobody really knows.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like to try and like make predictions or talk about what we think will or won't happen. We just don't know. I mean, who knows?
Right.
After the next election and a new administration comes in, new economic policies. I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
You know what?
Can't tell.
Well, we're watching the dollar get crushed by inflation and worth less and less. Bitcoin is holding its value, and over time will be worth more and more. That's what I see.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Absolutely.
a good potential outcome. Absolutely. I mean, we've seen a bear market for the whole crypto industry, of course, starting with Bitcoin since November of last year. But again, remember, all bear markets come to an end. They find a bottom and then they come back. And everybody on this call believes in Bitcoin or they wouldn't be here. You know, we believe in the future of crypto, but we just don't know when. And that's why, like I said, take advantage of this time. It could end tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we could have an announcement come out tomorrow that just triples Bitcoin suddenly. Oh my gosh, Bitcoin's worth 60,000 a coin now all of a sudden. I mean, anything could happen, guys. I've seen crazy things happen, and it would surprise me if something like that happened, but it wouldn't shock me. I'd see it and go, wow, that's amazing. But then I would be like, okay, I could see something like that happening. You just don't know. You don't know when or how. So
just don't see that happening with the dollar. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, again,
and
you don't know.
even if something crazy happened, I think so much is hinging on what happens after the election. I mean, that's I mean, unfortunately, we're tied to the financial markets, but it just seems that it's separating, right? We were, the market goes down, goes up, goes up. Bitcoin was moving with it. All of a sudden, it's holding its ground, and it's been holding for quite some time, and it seems to be separating like it should, because there's not really a reason why it should be tied to the financial markets, and it only is really because the banks and financial institutions were buying up so much Bitcoin, and they were sort of controlling some of the market. But you can see now all the reports coming out that are saying it is starting to separate, and it's starting to hold its own value. So I think the one thing that really stops the bleeding is the ability to turn crypto into a currency. It's the answer. Hopefully, I think you guys most likely agree with that.
And that's what Tectum is in the process of doing right now.
Absolutely. You got it. All right. Any more questions or comments? Obviously, you can see we're willing to talk about anything. Nothing else? Mark, you still there?
Can you hear me okay?
Okay. Yeah, I
Yep.
can now.
Sorry about that. I was talking and you guys couldn't hear me. That is so funny, because I was wondering what's David saying that for? Anyway, I wanted to thank everybody for coming to the call tonight, and hope to see you. Bring your friends next time. Let's talk shop. This is fun, and maybe
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. All of you that are listening right now, if you will bring 2 friends to the next Monday Zoom, I'm gonna give you 10 free tokens. How about that? You make sure to announce them. You come out and you say, I have my 2 friends with me, my 2 guests. And if you bring 2 guests to the next AMA, I'm going to make sure that you get 10 free Tectum tokens on the next AMA. Okay. I hope you guys get the word out about that.
Sounds like a deal.
Mark, what happens if this audio goes viral?
Well, then Alex has a good problem to solve, doesn't he? All right. Okay. Everybody be aware of that. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you guys on the next Monday night Zoom. You guys have a great night.
Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Good night,
You
guys.
bet.
Thank you, everybody.
See y'all later.
Good night, everyone. Be well.
Good night. Bye.